Min raise.
We raise to 16.
Min raise, announces Luke Schwartz. That means he wants to double the big blind. Ace Jack, very nice hand for Romanello.
Re-raise to 3,600.
I bet Schwartz is going to call here.
Yeah, but he should really fold.
This is one of those situations where it's impressive to fold because most people cannot resist taking a look at the flop, and Schwartz can't resist it.
Yeah, and the momentum's all in Roberta's favour, so...
Schwartz has flopped a pair of nines. Nothing Romanello could have done about that. He was correct to 3-bet pre-flop. Schwartz was probably wrong to call.
Bet 3,600.
Yep.
Call.
I think Romanello will switch off now if he doesn't improve, which he hasn't.
If he checks and Luke had an up and down straight like a 10-8 or a Jack-10, he still has the best hand. And the other hands that he's up against will be hands that have flopped a pair, like the hand he has, or King-Queen.
I'm surprised. It looks like Romanello's firing again. I didn't think he would, but he seems to be loading the cannon.
Bet 7,300.
About half the pot he's bet there.
What's you got left?
The answer to that question won't make Schwartz as happy as it did a few rounds ago.
Ah, cool.
I think by now, Romanello must think he's behind. I mean, that's not really a blank, is it, there?
I doubt Roberta's going to fire a bullet here because Luke can just have top pair here so often.
As it happens, if Romanello shoves here, Schwartz can't call.
He'll win the pot, yeah.
But, I mean, that's easy to say when you can see the cards.
Oh,
he's done it! Oh,
God.
brilliant, brilliant.
Oh, wow.
I don't think I've ever been owned so much in a heads-up match.
Schwartz cannot call this bet.
Oh, wow.
He cannot call this bet.
Oh, wow.
I think I'm calling so much.
Schwartz has to have exactly this hand for it to be correct. Because, of course, anyway, if he's got the queen, he's calling. If he's got some kind of misdraw, there's no need to make the bet because ace-jack is good. So he's got to put his opponent on exactly this, the 9 or the 7.
Yep.
Aces, kings, or ace-queen only.
Oh, this is going to work. I'm sure of it.
He always got it, though. It's such a... He could never... He doesn't have it in his arsenal to just 3-bet 3-street bluff. That's just not in his... You can't do that. 3 hands I lose to only.
Oh, Schwartz can't bear it.
It's so nutted the way it's 3-bet and I folded to 1-4. It's tiny 3-bet. Did it again with a huge hand.
Roberto has slid the chair of pins over to Luke Schwartz in the sense that he's sitting uncomfortably. He doesn't like it.
Oh, God. Always just showing over kings, man. Like, I mean, he deserved it. He played decent, but...
I can see it's paining him.
Shit.
You know, like waving your lover goodbye at a railway station. He's finding it hard, but he's got to let that train go.
If I call, yeah, you know what? Can I just flip over your cards? Because I don't want you to flip over like, there, I've got it. That's too tilting for me. So I'll call if you let me touch your cards and flip them over myself. I want to see it.
I would definitely reply to that. Okay, sure.
Too late.
This guy is not bluffy, man. This guy was just not bluffy. I've called him every time on the river. I've called him every time. He thinks I'm a huge station. He doesn't think I could ever fold a hand. He'd never bluff. Get so owned. Like, this guy is just not just barreling ace-king of clubs. He's not even betting just ace-king of clubs. He's not even c-betting that flop enough for me to call this. Should I beat? How do I beat? He doesn't do this with any hands. Why not even 3-bet ace-jack of clubs pre-flop? 2-0. Always 2 kings here, every time 2 kings.
The thing is with Luke Schwartz, he plays high-stakes heads-off cash games. He comes up against these kind of bets all the time.
For me to win, he has to say, good call, I was bluffing. There's no way he's going to just muck his hand and say that is there. It's the only way I can win if he says I was bluffing all in. I just want to call too much though, man. I'm just too much of a fish. I make big folds all the time, man. It's too sick. Queen Jack anyway, I even jam myself. So he might not even always push aces and kings here. So what does he think I'm going to call with? He just thinks I'm a station and I call with my 9 that I've got. How can you just put me on only a 9 to call the turn, though? Kind of just put me on only a 9 to call the turn. Well, put me on a queen.
Another reason why he might call here is that even if he calls and loses, he's still going to be on the final table.
Well, I think he's got a slight chip advantage. I think he'll get a handful of chips back and he will still make the final. But he can't call. I stick to my original position. He cannot call. Romanello 3-bet him. He bet the flop. He bet the turn. He shoved the river. Romanello is he's not a crazy, rash player. He's shown strong hands. He's got a solid history. Schwartz cannot deduce that this is no pair.
I want to fold so much, man.
You can see it inside him. He's in so much pain.
Some tiny thing's telling me that he's just trying to own me too hard. Oh, God, so tilt. I'm still so in it if I fold as well. It's such a bad call if I make it.
Oh, he's reaching for them.
Just don't, if you're good, all right, I won't touch cards, but if you're good, don't flip it over arrogantly. Say unlucky. Don't flip it over like, just in my eye, kings. So bluffs here, though.
What a character.
He's hilarious.
He would have called a clock if he was bluffing by now. Such a fish I am. 100 reasons to fold this and it's like no good reasons to call, but I'm just too much of a fish. Ace queen, king queen. This guy's free street bluffing.
The line's so close. Oh, he's done it.
Oh,
Oh, he's done it. I don't believe
the
it.
sickness,
I
the
don't
sickness,
believe
he's made the call. With just second pair.
Wow.
That's it.
Oh, wow,
He
that is it.
wins it. What an astonishing call. Brilliant, gutsy betting from Romanello. But the madness of full flush of Luke Schwartz as he just sticks the chips in.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable play there by Luke Schwartz. And Roberto.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very well-deserved final too. And you've got to say, Schwartz deserved to win it because he was chip leader from so early. He knocked out pretty much everyone in. It's an absolute one-man show.
Great play on the river.